Um, we're happy to thank you so much for your attention. We are very happy to share our idea of volunteering platform for the retired people, retired old people. So I'm Caio. I'm here with Cristina and Maria, and we are the Flying Pineapple, and our project is called WOW-lunteering. So the idea would be to merge in one part a need for volunteering, and sometimes the elderly people, the retired elderly people, are not aware of, and to match means to an end. So let's move on in our presentation. So here's meet our little fella here, Pete. Pete used to work in an insurance company, and when he retired, I mean, the joy of his life was to follow his grandson, but eventually he became a young adult and was already going to university alone. So Peter was feeling this lack of purpose on outside the family context. So because he was not being needed anymore. So what happened is like this picture here resembles the situation that we found in our interviews. Each one of us interviewed two people. Maria did 3 or 4 people, I guess. Don't remember quite well. And we kind of merged all the discourses and the ideas around this sense of belonging to still belonging to a community, to being useful, to use their and share their skills and their knowledge and all the wisdom that you acquired through all life. So we thought that because sometimes becomes a drama, a personal drama for some people. So how could we mitigate the situation? Maybe our solution is we thought about maybe a better communication between the institutions that are so desperately needing help and put in contact with the elderly retired population. Sometimes they don't know how these opportunities rise. They, of course, there's a lot of ageism and digital exclusion. So and our idea is to make it easier for them to get in touch with these institutions, and of course it will be a win-win situation for both of our involved parts. Let's remind us that sometimes it's very dramatic to when you lack the purpose, you lack the sense of being part of the community. Is also leads to depression, and also leads to a greater social gap that we live nowadays. We talk a little bit more about our countries, and it seems to be a very transversal situation for all of us. So here is our idea is to, since we also will to help, is to build it from bottom up, to organize in civic centers or with elderly communities, how they could organize themselves in order to build a platform, and we will get there and what it takes to build a platform. First, the idea is to get all the ideas together, get the people together, and to organize in order to match, to educate them, to kind of list their own wills, what they would like to do, what are their abilities, their skills, how they could help these institutions. So it starts from bottom up in these organizations, and this is how it would work. Let's skip here for. So the elderly people could create a profile with their skills, and then it will be matched with like-minded people It's also has a very strong social appeal to socialize among them and socialize with also intergenerational population. They could choose the preferences. For example, they could find like to walk dogs, or also to take care in kennels as house for stray dogs. I don't know how to say that in English. I'm sorry. They could apply online or also call, which is very important because we are still keep in mind the digital exclusion. This is a way for contribute to the society and to feel useful with all their skills that they know. I remember one quote from one interview that this retired mister that he worked in like a blue collar job in a company of there was engineering pumping, and he said like, oh, no one asks anymore about what I know, so I feel like it's going to waste his knowledge. So it would also work with a reward system for the elderly people. So the more you engage in volunteering projects, you can also at the end of the year, for example, to have like a kind of a communal party, and they could be granted like with discounts in cultural events and so forth. And the of course, and the volunteering institutions also would benefit a lot with experience and knowledge that it lacks sometimes nowadays. So this is how you can get in contact. Let me just skip next slide. So here's are the potentials, the pros and cons of our ideas, and some pitfalls that we find. It's a very good idea, according to also we considered it in a research center for volunteering. But it also we face the difficulty of the lack of knowledge of how to interact online. This is why we thought about having also a printed version for this instead of like just an online platform. And we considered there are next steps would be we need like a 1 year funding and trained project managers. So how do would we provide this? Through seeking for sponsorships or even some maybe trainees in computer sciences universities. It's one idea that also came up. Partnerships for the reward system. It could be cinemas, libraries, all kinds of institutions that dedicate themselves to cultural events. We also need to further research target group. Of course, we have just a very small sample and to run a first version of our platform also. So here is our poster that we dedicate to it, and that's it. So thank you so much for your attention. We are very glad to hear any comments and questions.